Hello and welcome to Ranting and Raving episode 3 with Biff. As you can see, we are continuing to work on Yishmal, and I will be doing the logos for him today, or the logo, the singular logo, the Star of David. I might do another one, it depends. And it wouldn't be ranting and raving if we didn't have a topic to rant and rave about. So today's topic, first one, is going to be on community creations and originality within that community. I'm going to be explaining my opinion on what's happened to originality within the community and why it isn't as prevalent as it used to be in previous years. I'm going to talk a little bit more about as well when someone creates their CAW and how they want people to perceive their CAW and what the general adaptation they want people to perceive them as, and how that can be silly sometimes and how it doesn't really apply, and they should actually rethink it because not everyone sees a CAW the same way, or especially not the way you want it to be seen either. So I'm going to go a little bit into that. Anyways, back to my main point, going to what we're going to have this episode primarily about, which is community creations. I used to be very busy member of the community creations side of things in this franchise of game in previous years, and I have to be honest with you, I've completely lost all interest in it for several reasons. I was big into the making original CAWs and storylines, and I used to do pretty good. I used to do okay with downloads. I think 400 and 500 were like some downloads I got before, and it wasn't too bad, that's not fitting too well, so we'll just go like this. We'll go a bit straight there. Even though that doesn't look right, but it'll be alright. But I find ever since WWE 12, not even 12, I think it was 13, when they first brought out this What's Hot option. This new option, which are front page for the community, for the whole community creations, that displayed a new thing and all this kind of crack. But what I found with it was original content was killed from that point. It was just dismantled. It was destroyed. Because what you get there is you're going to have people searching for their Chris Jericho stuff, their updated attires for the wrestlers, the modern wrestlers that they want, and things that are actually in the game but just modern versions of them, you know what I'm saying? And they're not interested in finding it. Like, how the hell can they find an original content? Like, how would they know what the person's CAW is? Like, there's no possible way of them knowing. Like, it's only unless they've historically always downloaded that CAW. Like that there, I feel killed community creations for original content. In that regard, like it meant that like people could not find openly, like in the highest rated anymore, because people's CAWs weren't getting up there anymore, and it just meant that their CAWs weren't being seen, and that was the killer for me. That was end game for me there, when I'd make something and it wasn't being seen by a bigger audience, and that's where I started my pursuit to try to get into leagues and onto YouTube and try to create storylines in that regard, because it was gone for me at that point. It was just, there was no more creativity within it, and it's annoying because I used to really enjoy it. But look, we move on and we try to do new things, and sure, would I be here ranting and raving to you if it wasn't for that? But anyways, also another point where I'd like to actually bring up is when you do a community creation storyline, the loading, oh my dear god, the loading you must go through just to watch a show, if it's an original CAW one, is unbelievable. It's crazy how long it is. It's it's mind-boggling how much loading you must go through just to watch a scene, and it's quite annoying. And I feel it kills an awful lot of shows, and people were deterred from watching shows because of that. I am to this day still. Like, there's French shows I'd love to watch because they do have excellent content, but I can't sit there for 15 minutes of loading screens for about 7 to 8 minutes of actual content. That is madness to me. I just can't do it, and I don't have the time in the day to do it. But look, hopefully some of these guys now with the PS3 streaming options can get their stuff up online and they can edit out all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, now that would be brilliant if they can. But If they don't, they don't. But if they do, all the better. I'd be looking forward to their stuff. But as we say, I need to find that color so I can do it for the next logo, and that would be, I don't know, it's 11566. But to be honest with you, I don't know what else to say about CC. There's a lot of guys out there that are ultra creative, and they're brilliant people. Like, they're fantastic people to talk to, really good friends, like, you know. And it's annoying that I'm over here and they're over there, like, and I can't spend more time with them doing stuff that we used to all enjoy. But sure, look, it's gone that way, and that's the way it is. And there's not much more I can say about that. So I'll go on to the next thing I just wanted to rant about, which was the general adaptation people have of their own cause and how they think other people should perceive them. Yeah, we all have a right to create our CAW any way we want and make it any way we want, and that's perfectly fine. But like, when you create your CAW, why would you think someone would perceive it the same way as you would perceive it if you don't make it brutally obvious how that CAW is meant to be perceived? Like, if you create a CAW that isn't gimmicked, is not heavy on a gimmick, you cannot hope for someone to understand that CAW and the background history it has. And you can't expect someone to go and look up the background history for it, because they want an immediate gratification of a CAW. Like, they just want that CAW to be what it is from the get-go and able to see it, and that's all they want to be able to do. And if they can't do that, they're not going to rate it or think much of it. And I'm of that thinking as well. I'm just cannot have the time to go and look up other people's content and their background history and all this kind of stuff, bar it's revealed to me in the form of a show. And it's an awful pity, because there is some great stuff out there, you know. And this is why when I make a CAW, you can see the gimmick straight off the bat. Like, you're going to look at this guy and you're going to be like, oh, there's a Jewish flag on him. He's tanned. He must be Hebrew. And you will know straight away that this guy, alright, and I'm going to have some militaristic aspects on the guy. So you're going to think special forces. And that'll be great, like, you know. And you'll just like, oh, I'm interested to play as this guy now, you know. And that's what I'd be thinking of. I don't know what I'm making. I'm just thinking of, like, something that might look Hebrew in writing. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. I don't know if it is. I apologize to all the Hebrew people out there, the children of sons of David, so I'm not bastardizing your language too much. But sure, what can you do? But the next topic I want to talk about, like, because I don't really have much more to say about that, and it's a pity, because I would love for CC to be a more open and free-flowing thing, that even the people that are big on YouTube and love that kind of stuff could go to CC and find it. Like, I know some guys actually put up other people's created storylines, like what's his name, that CM Pulse guy does or Tony the Pizza Guy, I don't know, it's one or the other. They play people's storylines that they like, and that's great that they're supporting it and everything like that. But I just find that, like, it's hard to follow the created storyline stuff, like, you know. It's hard to follow it, and I'd love to, because there is actually some fantastic stuff out there. Like, oh, we don't want to do that. There we go. And we'll just put it up here. The next topic I want to talk about is just the people's adaptations. I was talking. I only briefly touched on it, but look, the whole point I'd see with that is, like, if you make your CAW, don't expect someone to, like, accept it for the way you are making it, like, because they can't. They just literally do not understand what you're making, and it's not fair of you to expect them to. And now, yeah, if you are making it for a show, oh, well and good, but don't expect that CAW to be. This is another thing with the CAW contests I see. Like, it might as well just be America's Next Top Model, like, and they're just going completely off their aesthetic features. They're not going off the gimmick or the wrestler. It's create a wrestler, not create a good-looking guy that you wish to bang, you know. And I find an awful lot of these leagues, they do that. That's what an awful lot of these CAW shows are going to do it. Like, I remember Sledder's last CAW contest, and I think nearly every guy in the fucking thing was riddled with tattoos. There's some guys that even repeated having the same tattoos, and they look disgusting and wrong and deformed, like they got Crayola crayons and just color their skin in beforehand, and it was so silly looking. And this is a common thing that's happened in this for years and years and years, as long as I can remember. Like that, there's been CAWs, and generally these are the comp CAWs. They think they're making these badasses, but they're not. They're making these really stupid looking CAWs. Like, they look ridiculous. They do not look like wrestlers. And if you think that's a great looking CAW, you're not making a CAW that is for wrestling, in my opinion. I do not see that as a wrestler, because there will never be a wrestler gimmick like that, because it's stupid. And you can go fucking cry and dislike this video as much as you want, but it's the truth. It's stupid. And if you go and talk to Triple H or Vince McMahon about that gimmick or that cause a potential wrestler, he will laugh in your face and call you a moron. Any promoter, self-respecting promoter, would. No, I think it looks kind of cool. We'll go with that logo. But look, this is what I'm trying to get my point across is, take my Satanto Shea-Caw. Last time I met him, and he has "Death to America" written on the back of him with this logo here, this particular logo, and it's got like the skull eagle with the torn up American flag. That puts across the point to you there, and he has "Death to America" written underneath it. That pretty much says what his opinion is on a gimmick and a character. And I like to think that I'm putting across a gimmick and that you can portray it and see the character straight off the bat from that. That's all I really want to say on that topic as well. And I don't really have anything else to really say. I'll apply these logos tomorrow, and I'll see how we're going to make it look. And that was the rant of the day. And if you have any rants or topics you'd like me to talk about, do not shy away from the comment section. Please go and please leave a comment, because ye are my audience and ye are the people I am looking to entertain. So put the comment in on a topic you wish me to discuss, and I will definitely get to it. Okay? Thanks a million for watching. It's been Biff. This has been The Rant. See you tomorrow, guys.